Hello, my name is Carlos Hernandez, and I want to talk about procedural generation in video games. First, I want to define what is procedural generation, some of the evolution and how it works, different types of procedural generation, advantage and limitation, and what we can expect about the future. First, procedural generation is a technique that game developers use to generate content for the video games. Uh, this they use rules and different algorithms to create pseudo-random content. Is pseudo because all the content is generated based on the rules and algorithms that they define, so it's not totally random. Okay, here we have an example. This is a video game, Rogue, probably uh, one of the first games that use procedural generation. We can see that actually use characters. No, there is no graphics like right now. Um, they create each level is created randomly using rooms and connecting between them are like paths, but all this generated randomly using some rules. For example, we set the number of rooms and the objects that we need in each room. How is created? Okay, in a very simple way, we have at the beginning the programmer define the variables. We set the variables, for example, the number of rooms and the type of objects or the number of objects that we need in each level. Start creating the first room, and after that we put or don't put object in that room, and after that we set the exits based on the rules, how many exits or how many rooms in the maze we need to have. And after the exit, we set the variables again. If we can see there are still more rooms to create or more objects to put in the rooms. If we need to create more rooms, start again, create the next room, put objects, and set the room exits. If we have reached the total amount of rooms, then the maze is done and we have finished to create the level. Uh, let's review another quick example how we can create a map, let's say like Minecraft. In a traditional way, we create a map putting every asset, every tree, every mountain, every river, every house, every character in. We set the position exactly in the map, like in the X, Y, and Z position, exactly where we want. This create a lot of data. Not only the assets, uh, also we have arrived with position, rotation, for example, and every action that the characters need to perform are saved in the memory. But using procedural generation, we probably have the assets, but we only set the rules. For example, in these maps, we can see different mountains. We have the same asset, but based on the rules, we can say that okay, the mountain can change of color from orange, blue, or brown, and for each mountain, we need to set at least 5 space with water and 3 or 4 space with some trees. We set the rules and algorithm create the entire map. Now, we have different types of procedural generation. We can create different kind of assets. We can create terrains, all a lever for roguelike games, all the world for the game. We can create items, characters, and quests. Also, programmers are experimenting creating song, music, and even the history of the games. Here we have some of the games, the well-known games that use procedural generation, like Minecraft, No Man's Sky, Diablo 3, Elder Scrolls, Dead Cell, and the Crypt of the Necromancer. let's review the advantage. Of course, we can create actually infinite amount of content for the video games. This generate a high replay value for the players, uh, and because that is easy to add more and more content for the games. Also, using rules and algorithms requires less resources. Of course, there are disadvantages. Sometimes we can lose details in, for example, when we generate maps, uh, the quality is a really big challenge. We need to create very good algorithms. It's not easy to implement. Actually, it's more complex than I thought. Sometimes it could be repetitive, and it's really hard to match, create a video game, a history for a video game with a procedural generation map, because we need to match a history with a random map. That's the challenge. About the future, we expect that keep working on realism and complexity of this technique, adapt content between the player and the video game, implement or improve the gameplay or narrative when the programmers use generative procedural generation. Uh, Still working on audio music, implemented in VR and AR, and uh, integrate procedural generation with artificial intelligence. Finally, here my personal reflection. This is a very interesting technique, uh, but at the end, is a technique. It's not easy. It's not magic. It's really, I think it's really hard to understand and implement in a video game, but it's a really good tool to create some games that other way I can't imagine how they can create. This is my conclusion. Thank you so much. This was my presentation.